en compagnie de Kyle Berkshire, champion du monde longue distance pour 2 années de suite. Kyle, thanks for taking the time with us. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're not a fan of long distance, you're not necessarily aware of what's happening in that world. What it takes to make that world, the long distance, long drive, more popular out there.
Yeah, I would say, Bryson coming into the fold like he has, the last couple of weeks and months has been huge for us. I think the biggest thing when trying to popularize distance setting, we just need to, it's not even about showing people the absolute outliers, the guys that swing 150 plus. It's about getting the amateurs and even guys who swing 100, if you have them in their own handicapped brackets by the swing speeds they swing at and compete against each other. It's the excitement of outdriving someone by hitting that perfect ball and getting them by a couple yards. That's what's really going to grow the sport. And I'm a huge proponent of amateur long drive and people in general just competing against other people who swing at their same speeds, trying to out-hit their peers, and I think that will help grow the sport a lot.
Yeah. What brought you into the game and the long distance?
So when I was playing college golf, I was probably the longest hitter in Division I by at least 10, 15 yards. And one of the tournaments I played, they had TrackMan rigged up at a couple of the holes, and my swing speeds came back in the upper 130s, and it was something they'd never seen before. And my coach, I was streaky at that point, and he believed it was a psychological thing. I was striking it great in tournaments and qualifying for these tournaments, and he thought if I had it a semester away from the game where I could still swim a golf club, have fun, decompress, because I played golf since I was 2 years old, and from the age of 12 to 20 at that time, hadn't taken a single day off completely from golf. And he thought it'd be a good way for me to decompress, get away from it. And so I entered into a qualifier after getting a long drive club, ended up winning the qualifier and qualifying for the World Championship. And so by qualifying for a World Championship, I kind of decided, okay, I'll stay in it for the summer. And then I finished third at the World Championship and realized I probably would have made $80,000 to $100,000 that summer if I was a pro. So I decided to turn pro and did another year and then went full-time in 2019 and had a really good year and just been doing it ever since.
Who was your biggest influential figures back in the days or still now?
I would say my dad's done a lot to influence me. He got me, encouraged me to get into it. Another one would be my college coach at North Texas, Brad Strachey. He did a lot to push me in that direction, and my teammates in general, just the people I was around at that time, saw a lot. And then just in contemporary golf, Phil Mickelson, I've watched Tiger Woods play a lot. I really love the way their mentalities are. I try to apply that to long drive, and as I'm transitioning them back into pro golf, I'm studying them even more and seeing kind of how their games differ from mine and what I need to work on.
From your perspective, what would be the biggest misconception or biggest myth in terms of power, swing the club harder?
I would say without question it's that you can't train speed. That is completely false. In fact, I would say speed is the most trainable attribute in golf. Honestly, I've had my golf coach, he's gone from 106 club speed to 120, and he's from the age of 47 to 50. Bryson's gone from 124, he topped out at 149 club speed at Worlds. It's simply a mix of heavy lifting, compound movements in the gym, getting stronger, eating enough to support that recovery and getting stronger in the gym, and then 3 to 4 times a week swinging as fast as you possibly can with the driver, training yourself for speed. You build your muscles up so you have a higher capability of moving yourself through space and time quicker, and then you train that by actually swinging as fast as you can. And I hope people understand that speed is by far the most trainable thing in the sport. It's not even, some people say you can't teach speed. It's completely false. You absolutely can.
So noted for everybody watching. Now the 2 times long drive world long drive champion. What's next? You want to turn into professional world? What's your schedule looks like?
So I'm going to be doing both. The plan, I have no plan on leaving long drive. I thought about it a lot because it's been on my mind at the end of each year, the past couple of years, it's been on my mind because I played college golf. I played golf since I was 2, so it's obviously been a big part of my life, and it's always in my head. A lot of my former roommates in college, one of them has just gotten his Korn Ferry card. I'm seeing a lot of my friends I grew up competing against making it out there, and I know I can. And so I didn't want to stop long drive. I didn't think that would be the right thing to do either. So what I've done, I've developed this kind of strategy where I'm going to delegate my energy And the good thing about this is I don't have to have like a strict timetable to make it in pro golf. If I'm still doing long drive and I'm at the top of that, and I'm still doing my YouTube channel, my social media, I pretty much have an unlimited time horizon, so I can just steadily get better, lay a foundation, step by step. Even if it's at a snail's pace, if I just keep getting better eventually, even if it takes 5 or 6 years, I believe I will get there. And the beauty of not dropping anything else is I don't feel like I'm under pressure to do it in a certain time frame. And that's really the best part about this is I know it might not be the most efficient thing for improvement, but with all these things on my plate, I've been able to find 30 to 40 hours a week to work on just my golf game, which over the course of years, if that's consistent, I believe that time will be sufficient because I have a lot of good people around me, a lot of good things going on in my life where I think the environment is very ripe for me to develop a world-class golf game over the next couple of years.
Yeah. Cal, thank you for your time and all the best for 2022.
Yeah, thank you. It was a really good interview. Thank you.